Well, guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Neurodivergent Ninja Tour around the F1 tracks, past and present. We currently have been through 3 countries. We've been to the United States, we've been to Germany, and we've been to Austria. Well, this time we're going to be touching on France, one of the French Grand Prix. Now, some of you guys that know your Formula One, and especially recent Formula One, knows that the French Grand Prix have had a little bit of a rough time getting good reputation. The one that we've had Magny-Cours, we've had the one that we're currently at right now. I can't remember what it's called. They've not had the best reputations for racing, which is, kind of mad, really, because this is the country that hosts the Le Mans racetrack, one of the greatest racetracks in the world, considered a bucket list racetrack. The 24-hour of Le Mans is one of the best, and it seems mad, really. Well, the circuit we're going to be talking about today actually has a straight that rivals one of the straights at Le Mans. Yes, we are actually going to be talking about that. Now, this particular track in question didn't really have too much in terms of history. Yes, it was the French Grand Prix right at the start of Formula One and had some incredible winners, absolutely incredible winners. Just to talk it out, we have Fangio, we have Mike Hawthorne, we have Peter Collins, we have Jack Brabham, Tony Brooks. We even had an Italian who won this track on his debut race in Formula One. Jim Clark as well won. So this has some incredible history. But perhaps it's not the first one that comes to people's minds when they think of the French Grand Prix. But it does have a straight that rivals the Mulsanne straight in Le Mans. The one famous one that, is probably the coolest part about Le Mans is this, 1.5 kilometre straight, potentially 2 kilometres, I think, where you are slipstreaming and you see loads of just high-speed racing, real high-speed racing. Well, the track we're talking about today is such a track. And this track in particular is in between 2 fairly innocuous cities. In fact, one of them is a town, I think, as well. We are talking about the city of Reims and the neighbouring town of Gueux. Apologies to any French speakers if I've got that wrong, the pronunciation at least. Now, these town, there's nothing much special about them. They are very beautiful cities, as you can see. We have the Cathedral of Reims. We have this medieval town of Gueux. And the architecture, as is the way with France, is absolutely beautiful. But this track, surely nothing about it, really. Well, we're going to do something special today, guys. We're going to do something very different from the previous tracks that we've done in this series. You see, in the previous tracks, we've shown you the track layout via pictures, all that sort of jazz. Well, this time, we're going to show you it live. We're actually going to show you it using Google Maps. We're going to use Google to show everyone this track in particular. So, here we go. Here is the place of Reims and Gueux. You can see Reims to the east. You can see Gueux to the west. And you can see right in the middle, we have the Circuit de Reims-Gueux. Pin marked. That is actually the straight. Now, this bit where it says N31, this is the straight in question, which rivals the Mulsanne straight. It's a motorway now. You could actually drive this stretch, this road, and it's around about 2.5 kilometres of high speed racing. High speed racing. Absolutely incredible, right? But the reason why I wanted to show you this live is for two reasons. The first is going to be to show you about the straights, and the second is to show you about something about this track, which is a bit frustrating but understandable at least. So we're going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a bit more to here. Now the reason I'm going to show you here is because you can still see some of the grandstands on this main road and still see some of these areas. Now, this is a cool thing about Reims-Gueux. This would have been the start-finish straight. You would have had your crowds to the left. You can still see some of the old sponsors, the old Shell sponsors, the Nardra Lambert. There would have been people attending their Formula One Grand Prix here. People that would have spent their money here. And then to your right, these would have been the pits. You would have had your Fangios, your Alberto Ascaris, your Jack Brabhams, your Jim Clarks racing, parking up their cars in here, getting them being looked at. This is probably one of the coolest things about this track, is the fact that today, even though this is a public road, they have done everything they can to hold on to the prestige, to remind people that in this pokey little area of France, in this very rural area of France, in this very not special area of France, even here, there was something special going on. There was tracks going on. You can see some of the old buildings. You can see how it looks. You know, you would have had your leaderboard on here, you know, and yeah, just imagine being able to sit down watching the drivers race down this straight. It would have been absolutely incredible. Now, like I say, these are bits you can still see today, so you're probably thinking, oh, that'd be amazing. It'd be lovely to drive around the entire track right now. And I'd be with you. I would very much be like, yeah, let's do this right now. Let's go there. Let's just go there. I think it was like that, is it? No, hold on, bear with me. You lose your bearings very quickly. So here would have been the track. So you would have had the straight. You would have had the back straight down here. You would have gone, I believe, up here. And then into this road. Now, this is the bit where it gets a little bit sad. You see, you would have been able to drive around here. Drive on this road. This was part of the race. But you'd hit a dead end. Hit a dead end here. Right at the end, just where the where you can see the motorway, that would have been the hairpin that would have brought you back on itself. Now, why has this been dug up? Well, this is the thing. Because this was a racetrack, because this was so special, people did try racing on it during normal times. This is a farm. This is somebody's land. And there were crashes. There were accidents that were being done. So in the interest of safety, they dug up one area of the racetrack, particularly this part of the area where you're coming up to a hairpin, to ensure the safety. But the prestige is still there. You still have the prestige of the two towns. You still have the speciality of a beautiful French Grand Prix. And that's why, again, I'm going to take us back to the main straight, where those buildings are, where those Formula One buildings are. In fact, it looks like you can even go, no, you can't go around the back, but you have the old buildings. This is our heritage. This is what we're all about. Yes, we can talk about the tracks, the street tracks that we have coming up. Las Vegas, and that's all amazing. But let's not forget our roots in Formula One. Here are our roots in Formula One, where, you would have had families around the race cars. Yes, the drivers are driving there, but their wives are doing the essential parts of the qualifying and ensuring that the stopwatches were all there and being a huge part of this group of people that were providing us with the sport and the entertainment that we hold dear today. This was a special area. This was a special heritage. And yes, we mock the French for perhaps the racetracks they provide, apart from Le Mans. But it's the French that have held on to these buildings, not dug them up so that they can widen the road. They've kept it as it is so that we can be reminded of the heritage that we hold. And so thank you, absolutely thank you to France for allowing us to still see these parts. And like I say, if you want to go to Reims, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful area of France. And you might be able to get a picture in this area around these buildings. So, what track are we going to see next? What track are we going to see next? Let's have a little look. We are going to the Fuji Speedway. Oh, we started off in America. We then ended up being in Europe. Yes, for the next episode, we are going to the land of the rising sun, to Japan, to the Fuji Speedway. Looking forward to seeing that with you next time. Take care.